Promised Neverland is so similar to Death Note for me that it's pretty funny. TPN started out as a non-battle battle manga that solved conflicts with mental battles and espionage. The dynamic of the trio and how they all had weaknesses that needed to be covered by the others was great. The way some characters were double agents added even more complexity to the story. The constant plot twists of the first season were so gripping and thrilling. I love the twist so much that I even made an analysis on it. This truly felt like Death Note's successor. The setting was also very simple yet creative. It created a playground for the intense mental 4D chess going on. But just like Death Note, it fell off when it tried to change the antagonist and the battle style. When they entered the forest, I was skeptical, especially when they started using bows and other weapons. The way they used the book and the pen as a guide was entertaining though. The outside world utilized mystery very well, especially with the mystery surrounding William Minerva. When they entered the bunker and met Yugo, the thriller aspect came back. When they went to Goldie Pond, the thriller aspect became even stronger. While I wasn't too much of a fan of the usage of guns, I did appreciate the thriller and the use of strategy. I made a video on how non-battle manga fall off, but the way this story still tried to keep the intelligence, strategizing, and intensity made it still feel somewhat similar to the story that it used to be. After this arc, the story really started falling off. Ray used to be the cold and logical one that contrasted Emma's extreme optimism. He was as smart as, if not smarter than Emma. Yet as the story continued, his role diminished and he became a sidekick and a yes man to Emma. The story also began to rush through everything, and a lot of the conflict was concluded in extremely unsatisfying ways. Bringing back Norman as a sort of antagonist was something that I saw coming but really loved, but he wasn't used very well. Like the rest of the conflict, it felt like Emma won way too easily. This is where the fighting became unbearable. Before, there was a good balance of strategy and fighting, but this arc introduced characters that were kinda superhuman and using swords and whatnot, and there was very little strategizing. It felt like it was turning from a non-battle manga to a battle manga, but that's not what we started reading or watching for. On top of that, the fighting wasn't done very well, and that's to be expected, because the setting wasn't written to create great fights. There was also a lot of clunky and slow exposition on the monsters that I just didn't care for. You have to make the audience care about the information that you're gonna give before you actually give it. I took a long hiatus from the manga, but when I came back, the conclusion was just as disappointing as I expected. The second season of the anime is far worse. I was excited for it, but when I saw the bunker episode and Yugo wasn't there, I had to see what was going on and what others were saying. After the next episode, I had to just drop it. For some reason, studios are still giving manga the Tokyo Ghoul treatment, and for what reason? They cut out so many arcs and then just jumped to the end. It was a huge disappointment. Although the anime would have eventually fallen into the same unsatisfying conclusion, there could have been a chance that the author would have used the anime to rewrite their mistakes like Isayama does with AOT. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga. All important links will be in the description.